Hi guys, welcome back to my favorite number video number 4. I think the 4th video in, if I've had some repeat watchers, that is awesome. Thank you so much. I think the 4th video in is a good time to address this subject, which is resistance. So now, this is kind of my come clean honesty video. Because I know that it may seem that when I'm speaking about all of these things that it comes so easily to me and that I've mastered it and that it's easy for me, so it should be easy for you, and why haven't you already done it, and all this negative self-talk starting, right? Let me come clean with you. I learned about a lot of this self-improvement and different ways to think, more positivity, more gratitude, more optimism, all that stuff. I learned all of this stuff when I took a Buddhism class. So I took this class back in 2013, and the reason that I was engaging with the material so much was honestly because I was like, this isn't real. This doesn't make any sense. You can't just shift your mind and make everything better if your mind is not okay. And literally after like the 3rd class or so, I went up to my Buddhism teacher and I said, I just don't understand how all of this works for someone like me. I've been to a doctor. He has diagnosed me as depressed. He's prescribed me pills. I've been on these pills for a couple of years, but you're telling me that all I gotta do is change my thoughts and suddenly everything's magically better. She said to me very calmly, as she always does, definitely loosely paraphrasing here, because as I said, this was a while ago now. She said something along the lines of like, well, anyone is capable of making changes if they want. And I still kept fighting her on that, and I was like, yeah, but you're not listening to me. This is like a medical thing. There's chemical imbalance in my brain, and you think that just with my thoughts I can rebalance myself chemically. And she said, you know, you might never fix exactly what's going on in your brain, but you can definitely try and use these methods to help you feel better and to live a more positive, fulfilled life. And she was just so calm and not fighting me and not angry that I was like challenging her, that I was like speechless. I was like, huh, okay. So I kept going to class, and eventually she kind of taught a lesson on this idea of resistance. So it's completely normal for you or someone or anyone to not believe that this can actually help you. But in the thinking of Buddhism, even if you are a murderer, even if you've done some awful crime, you can still change, because the world around us is always at change constantly. Even if you don't see it, everything is always changing. This moment is not the same as this moment, as this one, as this one. Every single millisecond is different and holds something different. Everyone always has infinite potential for change. So that's kind of where all of these ideas are coming from, is that anyone is capable of change at any time. So back to what I was saying. It took me like a couple of months just to even get on board with like, maybe this is something that's a little bit right. Then it took me more months to be like, okay, well, how can I employ this in my own life? Then it took me more months after learning how to employ it to actually do it. So we're talking like 2 years down the line of actually learning this, that I actually employed it. And I really want to stress that, because I think a lot of people try and sit down to meditate once, they can't do it, and then like, see, that doesn't work for me. Just like dieting or your physical health, your mental health is the same, in that you really do have to practice to build up those muscles. It's like if you did a diet for one day and then you're like, well, I didn't lose any weight. Well, no, it is a thing of persistence. And I know that a lot of us are in a place where we want like a quick fix, so to speak, and I think that is where those small ways to get you happy come in handy. Going out with your friends, buying yourself that coffee, getting your nails done, whatever. Those little things are great ways, quick fixes, but they're not lasting. If you want to build something lasting, keep giving this stuff a try. So I just wanted to put that out there, because the resistance part is totally normal. I relate to it. There are still moments where I really know I should be meditating, or I know I should be doing this, I should be doing that, and I just can't bring myself to do it, because sometimes you just feel like such a dummy just sitting there breathing and not thinking of anything, or you get frustrated, and all of that is 1,000% normal. Me and Mario are telling you. So just keep that in mind, and whenever you have the energy, just try and give it a go, because it's building those muscles, and we all are capable of building the muscles, and I'm right there building with you. I am not by any means all the way built. I am not a bodybuilder, and I don't claim to be. This is a learning process for all involved. Alright guys, time for our question of the day. So today's question is a good one and very relatable for me and probably everyone. It's, I'm trying to unplug from social media and it's so hard for me. What the heck can I do? I think this is a great question because I think we all know social media can be a powerful positive tool, but also negative, because everyone's putting out their most positive best light, and we compare ourselves to that and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm this years old and I haven't done all these things this person has, and I don't have my energy to do their makeup like that. Like, how do they wake up that early to do that? And they have a boyfriend and this one's doing this and this one's doing that. So it becomes negative self-talk. So if you are trying to unplug from social media, I support you. I know it's very difficult because literally we have become like subconsciously addicted, and we get like bursts of energy every time we get a notification. We're like, oh, great, I have a notification. It like makes us happy, but it's short-term happiness. It's not fulfilling. So if you're trying to unplug from social media, but all you keep finding is you still keep scrolling through it, I have 2 replacement apps that you can download. So I'm not partnered with these people, by the way. I don't know them. But one is called Pacifica. Pacifica is an app that is like social media, but for mental illness or anxiety, depression, all that stuff. What it actually is now a feed of people like trying to help each other. You get positive quotes, you get little things from therapists, people with PhDs on in there. There's podcasts you can listen to, like positive memes. This one's a great way to segue into disconnecting from social media, because in itself it kind of is social media, so you're still getting that scrolling and the same stimulation, but the content is not something that's going to create the negative self-talk. It might actually help you feel less alone, and that's definitely important. The other app that I have is the Calm app. This one's just more for breathing, guided meditation, things to put you to sleep. But another better app to kind of replace those ones on your phone. I really like the breathing thing that has like this very calming breathe circle, and it keeps track of like how many mindful minutes you've had. So like sometimes I'm having a bad day, I'm like, okay, I can only breathe for a minute today, and then I look and it's like, you've breathed for 1,000 minutes so far, and I'm like, wow, okay, a little pat on the back. I'm doing a little bit better than I thought. So that's a good one to replace those Facebook, Instagrams, and definitely if you're trying to unplug, delete them. Don't like just move them to the back page. You'll find them again. Delete them. Maybe make it a thing that you only check on your computer during lunch. Make a strict schedule, only 10 minutes at lunch, whatever it is. But those are some 2 really good replacement apps to keep that stimulation but better content. Alright guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That was a little dance I just made up. Have a great day guys, and we'll see you next week.